For this session, we kind of want to explore the whole light as energy thing and kind of things that can happen with light. And so what I like to do, you see we have a radiometer setting out. How I generally do this, if you just have one, you have to do it as a demo. If you have one for each group, what I like to do is have the kids, when they come back from specials, or, well, middle school, they're not going to specials, sorry. Dropped down to 5th grade there, didn't I? But when they come into the classroom, making sure I'm telling them, don't touch the desk or in any way, shape, or form. Don't bump it. And don't touch the item on the desk.
Right.
And so that way they're not hitting the desk and shaking it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's... then I'll have them get their journals out, because I do journal for everything.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not written in the journal, it didn't happen. And so I will have them in groups brainstorm and discuss, make all the observations they can, only observations first, all the observations that they can about the item. And I just call it an item.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we will discuss the difference between observations and inferences. They kind of need a reminder for that. It might be in like 5th grade standards, but that doesn't mean they remember.
It's good to go back and talk about it.
There you go. Yeah. And so we'll look at observations. Generally, I mean, obviously the most common one is it's shaped like a light bulb, which means the most common inference is?
It probably lights up.
Yeah, there you go. Now, every once in a while, you'll have a student who, when you see these, you'll hear them go, oh, I have one of these, or oh, I've seen this. I pull them aside immediately. And we have a little heart-to-heart about not ruining the experience for the other kids. And make sure you're only kind of asking questions to guide your group.
Right.
And knock on wood, it's worked for me so far every time. And they kind of feel special.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden they're a spy in the group type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of cool. I enjoy that. But we'll make observations about it. Then we'll make inferences about it. And someone will generally say the panels have to be for something, and there has to be some way of maybe making them move or light up. Or I'm like, well, wait, we can't touch it, can't pick it up. And so what are some things we could do? And we'll brainstorm as a class and kind of come up with a list of discussions. And eventually someone's going to say something about, well, maybe if we shine light on it or something. So it says one side's black and the other side of the little squares or diamonds are white. I think maybe it has something to do with light. Okay, well, we could find out. And so grab your flashlight.
Yep.
So I'll give the group these little bitty lights, and they'll shine it on there.
Oh, it's starting to move.
We wait for it, it's slowly starting to move. Granted, there's usually 4 people in a group. And dun, 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 dun. It slowly moves. We have excitement at this point. Hopefully no one breaks any. And but excitement at this point because it's moving. And so I will tell them, make sure you're still writing down your observations and record inferences you might have. And we'll talk about if you're claiming something, make sure there's evidence behind your claim. So if you're claiming, oh, the light's making it move, then what's your evidence to support that? And then I will walk around and give someone in each group a mag light. I'll give them something that I thought you just tested those.
Maybe I only tested the small one.
And so they'll put this on there, and it will make it go quite a bit faster. Usually, because you have everyone else using the small ones. It's enough light; it'll start making an early spin, which is pretty cool. Now, usually, it just so happens I don't have enough of these, whether I do or not, or one's dead, whether it is or not.
Yeah.
And so, what I'll do is I will have with one group. I'll be like, "Hey, I don't have enough of those." So we're just going to use a floodlight. Are you all right with that? And they're like, oh, well, okay. They're not too excited because they're not too thrilled at first because everybody else gets to play at the light and they didn't get one. But then they start realizing, wait a minute, this is doing a lot better. And so it's going a lot faster. And they like that idea of it. We can't move it. I'm going to move this over just a little bit for a reason. It's going to stay. Now, we notice this light it's getting a lot of light, and it's very direct. It's just hitting it very directly. And so I have a few others. Let's space those out just a little bit and just go in a line like this.
Okay.
And I have, because I have one for each group, right? And so I will pull those over and start spacing them out in front of the light. Now, it's one of the classes I did this with when I first started doing it this way. The kind of nice part is they were on block schedule. And so with them being on block schedule, when they, but they had like a break for lunch. Mm-hmm. And so, is that the one that's not working right?
This one.
One of these isn't working right. There's something wrong with it. It might have the seal kind of broken on the bottom. If it starts leaking on the bottom, that's kind of the biggest thing.
Okay.
So yeah, just push that off to the side so we don't get that mixed in with the others. But yeah, it's something you gotta watch out for. The seal gets broken, loses a vacuum, and stuff like that. The old ones, the seal was literally the only thing. The new ones, I think inside they're sealed better.
They're sealed. Okay.
But I think the first one I had, it was just the paper on the bottom. It's been a while.
Okay.
But one of those, I ripped that paper, just curious.
Excellent.
What an accident.
Oh, you were just...
I want
you were just
and
investigating.
it didn't work anymore.
Okay.
Wasn't in a vacuum. The air was too much drag, too much friction to overcome and make it spin. Now, I'll just happen to set these out there, and someone's going to notice. Well, that one's spinning so much more. So now it's time for a discussion. Okay, it is spinning a lot more. What? Why? I mean, they're all about the same distance. Okay, that one's a little farther away. It's not spinning at all. But the light shining this way towards all of them, well, they'll come up with, well, this is getting the direct light. This is, just straight on. Yeah. And I actually moved it off. Straight on would probably be right here. But I intentionally left it kind of off so these would fade a little faster. Yeah. And we're like, oh, so this is getting direct light. Then what you're telling me is this is kind of more indirect light. And the less direct light, the less direct it is, the less energy it's receiving. Well, that just so happens has something to do with seasons. Now we break out our Earth. And we start talking about the tilt of the Earth, your 23.5 degree tilt of the Earth, and we'll get the globe. We'll do and that's where actually we're getting ready to do the next activity with the styrofoam ball. If you have a blow up Earth, I think those actually came in, but not before we did the video.
Right.
And so we didn't have one to kind of demo with that. But as you'll see in the lesson, I've always used styrofoam ball for years. But I thought, man, this works so much better as a visual for students if we had a blow up Earth. Yeah. And we found some really inexpensive ones, and so we threw those in a kit. So if you're one of the group that have the kit, the blow up Earth's really nice. If you're not, don't sweat it. We found some really cheap ones. I think they were like 10 for, I don't know.
I don't remember.
It ended up being
was,
like a couple $2 each or something like that.
Right.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But we'll
Pretty
put those
affordable.
links in everything. We're going to tell you everything that we ordered.
Yes.
We're not recommending any place. We're just going to tell you what we happened to order. Yeah. And we're not necessarily recommending to use whatever place we did to order, but no endorsements. But but we're going to show you what we got. But it's now like I said, we'll start talking about the tilt of the Earth and the seasons. This gives us a visual to make it a lot more concrete because that is so abstract. You know, with the Earth, the energy from the sun, and I thought it was just an elliptical pattern, so it was like flat. So we got a lot closer to the sun. Oh my God! If I get that one more time. Anyway. We'll talk about misconceptions too. But we'll talk about that in the next part of the video. Thank you.